Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I've got for you a giant haul from Superdrug because they have got their 3 for 2 offer on that they do every couple of months on makeup and accessories and things like that. And I just couldn't really pass it up because Makeup Revolution Pro, or Revolution Pro, whatever they're calling themselves now, have released an immense amount of new products that I just kind of wanted. So I wanted to really share them with you. Apologies for the lack of makeup today. It's been a super warm day. I've been at work and I just thought, well, you know, we'll go barefaced, it's fine. So the first thing I wanted to share with you guys today was the Trends Mischief Mats. And I'll just lift this up so that you can see. And this is the Trends Mischief Mats from Revolution Pro. And I have to say, they're absolutely beautiful. They're super bright colours. I don't think I have like these colours in my collection anywhere, so I thought, well, you know, why not? And these were £8 or £10, which when you work it out, there's 18 shadows in these. You can't go wrong. So I thought I'd just swatch a couple for you, and the ones that I desperately wanted to swatch were these greeny shades, this yellow, and some of these over here. So I'll just go ahead and do that. So I'm going to swatch Indication, which is this purpley blue here, and they are very highly pigmented, as you can see. Now that purpley shade is absolutely beautiful. It comes out really strong. It is a little bit powdery, but that's to be expected because it's a matte. And yeah, so that's that there. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to swatch this beautiful one called Poison, which is looking a bit like sea green on here, but actually is a turquoisey colour. And I'll just go ahead, and it's almost like a teal, and that is absolutely beautiful again. And last but not least, I'm going to go in with that green shade there, and that's called Believer. And again, I don't think I have very many greens, so oh wow, so that's like a lime green. Oh, and I said I wanted to swatch that yellow, so we're going to go in with that. And that is called New Day. And wait until you see this, guys. That is a yellow. Imagine what that'd be like if you sprayed your brush. That's a full-on rainbow. And those are all mattes. There's not one single shimmer in there. And they are absolutely beautiful on the skin. And I just can't wait to try those. So I will have some tutorials, I think, coming up once I've had a play around and kind of used those for different things. And then the other thing I picked up to go with that palette was the Mischief Maker, which is very, very similar, but there is quite a few like shimmery shades in there. And as you can see, they do have these colours here that match what's going on in there, but they're the shimmery versions of them. So we have Discrepancy, which matches that green and is almost a duochrome colour, and again, beautiful, beautiful shade. We have Outsider, which is again slightly duochrome and matches that green, and that is just unreal. I can't wait to get that on my eye. We have, well, we don't have anything that goes with the yellow really, but we do have Maverick, which is a bluey purple. I'll just swatch that for you there. Now that actually comes out less shimmery than I thought it was going to. It is somewhat shimmery in the palette, but the swatch isn't showing up so well. But we all know sometimes swatches can look amazing and then you put them on the eye and they're not quite as they've swatched. So and then last but not least is this corally colour called Shameless that I really like the look of. That looks beautiful, so I'm really looking forward to getting in and having a go with some of those as well. And the pigment in those is really, really good. So yeah, in the next couple of weeks I'll probably have some tutorials coming up on those. Now you'll have guessed that's 2 things, so I got 3 for 2, so there must be at least another one in there. And I'm going to keep you hanging a little bit. So the third thing I purchased was this, which is the Pro palette that you can fill yourself. it's metallic, and I absolutely love this idea that you can swap and change the colours that you would use dependent on your mood, and you just take this with you. So I really like that idea. But most of you all have seen most of my collection, and you'll know that I haven't really got many singles. I've got lots of palettes. So to put that right, I purchased the Pro Revolution glitter palettes, and they look like this. And I actually purchased 2 of them. Now I have opened one just to have a quick nosy round, and they literally are pressed glitter. So I'll just kind of swatch a couple of them and you'll see what I mean. And my tip would be that you probably are going to need some sort of glitter primer to keep these on, because if you look, I mean, they are heavily glittered, but they are glitter. So that definitely is something that you want to get, is some maybe glitter primer. So the next thing I got, oh, I don't know which one to share with you first. I actually got 2 things very similar. I got the Supreme highlighter in metal and gold. So they do look very similar. One is like a rosy gold and one's not. And I'll just swatch them, for some of them for you. So this is the metal one. Now this, the formula of this is amazing. It does somewhat remind me of the look of the Amorisi palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Can't tell you if they're alike because I haven't got that palette. But these are so buttery and just beautiful. These are great for I mean, look at that. I would use them for eyeshadows. And this is the rose goldy colour in that palette again. Yes, maybe not as a highlighter, but absolutely amazing on the eye. So that's what I really like about some of these palettes, is technically you could use them for both, and I love that the formula allows you to do that. In some cases the formula is a little bit too powdery, a little bit too much of a fallout, and so you really struggle to use the highlighter on the eyes. But for me that is amazing. And I'll just swatch the other one, which I'll just do the one in the middle because that's obviously very different to what was in the other palette. And as you can see, that is a gold, and I didn't even actually put very much, so it does make me wonder. I'm tempted, I know I've got no makeup on, but I'm tempted to go into this one here, because watch this. This is so, like, I've hardly got any on my finger, and it is so bright. Shall we? Why not? So I've literally just dipped my brush in. Whoa. That is just amazing. Should we do the other side to match? Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I wasn't intending to put any makeup on my face, but hey ho, there we go. And that is those. So I purchased both of those because I couldn't make a decision. And that's the other reason I purchased the next set of stuff. If anyone sees my husband, no one tell him, okay? So what I purchased was the 4K highlighter palette, and in rose gold, and the 4K highlighter palette in, one's in gold, one's in rose gold. However, I've just opened the rose gold. No, I haven't. I've just opened the gold one. So that's the rose gold, and I'm really intrigued by this shade here because it almost looks a little bit okay. I was expecting it to come out a little bit peachy, but the one next to it, this one, you can seriously see the duochrome peach in that. And again, that is something that I love. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so those again will be things that are on my eyes. The reason I wasn't too happy is I've just opened the gold palette. I noticed that there. And it's as if someone's kind of dug their nail in. Just have to maybe just press it back in. Not too fussed. These things happen. And I'll just show you again. That is just an unreal highlighter, isn't it really? Some of these are for lighter skin tones, some of them are for darker skin tones, and it is dependent on what you're comfortable with. For example, the one in the middle, I normally wouldn't try as a highlighter. I'm going to, just for you guys now, pop it on. And as you can see, unless you were going for that Instagram moment, it's, for me, it's just a little bit too much. I mean, it's really obvious it's on there. I mean, yeah, bam, it's there. But for me, personally, it's just a bit too much. However, with a wet brush, just on the eyelid here as a cut crease, that colour will be amazing. So, and that is all the palette stuff so far. So then I noticed that they had new foundations, and the first thing I noticed was Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation. So the Revolution Pro arrived, it's in this squeezy tube, the Camouflage Full Cover Foundation, and again it's this kind of matte sleek tube. It looks great, so I thought, well, why not? I think this was maybe £6, and yes, it's a pro foundation. This, right, first thing I have to say, because this is the first time for me trying it, is it is amazingly thick. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. That is a very, very thick foundation. I'm all for thick foundations. The other thing I've got to point out is, actually, I didn't think this was my colour, but as I've put it on, and bearing in mind that I am just putting it on my hand, around the edges of where I've put it has started to oxidise before I've even kind of rubbed it out. However, it's a little bit pink for me, basically. I can work with it, but it is amazingly thick. Now that is great if you want some serious full coverage. I don't know how heavy that's going to be, because it does feel a little bit heavy. Then, as I was searching through all the other Revolution Pro things, I noticed these. Now, you know, we were saying about how high class some of the packaging is. Well, this packaging is unbelievably high class. So, these are the, let me just turn that one around so it matches, the Revolution Pro foundation. So these are foundation drops. These other two are a light and a dark, and again, these were £6, I think. Listen, they're in glass bottles, people. Glass bottles for £6. I don't remember the last glass bottle of foundation that I bought, but I'm pretty sure that it was probably over £20, which is insane. Now, this isn't, or doesn't feel, I don't think, as heavy as the previous foundation. I've only put a very small amount on there. It definitely doesn't feel as heavy, and yet I think still gives you a very similar coverage. Now that is an okay colour for me. It is not heavy foundation, but the reason I bought the lightening and darkening drops is basically so that if it is a little bit too pink or a little bit too dark, you can literally go in, get a couple of drops and add it in, and then turn it to your colour. I bought both because, you know, why wouldn't I? Now literally I've put one drop in there and it's way too light, but then you can mix and match. You can basically make your own foundation, which I absolutely love. And I also love that I could probably use these darkening drops to contour with. So I'll just show you that one there. Now that's clearly going to be too dark, isn't it? But as a contour just tapped in, as a cream contour, by the time you've mixed it all in, yes, it's too dark for me now. However, mixing them all together, we're getting there. It's not too dark, it's not too light. I'm playing about with the colours, but it's not bad, is it? £6. I mean, what have I paid? £18 for all 3 bottles. Now, for me, that's still cheaper than some foundations. So, I quite like that, having the ability to mix and match with them. It just makes things so much easier. And again, those glass bottles, oh, I love that sound. So, I've got all 3 of those. Last but not least, I purchased a whole load of these Revolution Pro matte lip glosses. So I'm literally just going to run through them all and swatch them for you. They look like this, and again, just bear in mind what I was saying about high class packaging. I mean, you can hear they sound great. So this one is Affection, and it's like a brownie nude. Okay, that's that one there. This one is called Semblance, and again is just, this one is kind of a like mauvey nude. Just pop that there for you. And these ones are, they're a strange formula because I tried one out before I came on, and they're like, they go on, they're really smooth and they aren't drying at all. But what's quite bizarre about them is when you put them on, they go on and they're tacky and wet for quite some time, and then all of a sudden they're matte. So I really like the formula of these. I don't think they're dry, they're not, you don't get that like don't know what the word is, like you put it on and then you smile and you get the little cracks and you can almost like peel it off. You don't get any of that with this. Sorry, I'm jabbering away not telling you what they're called. So this one's called Illusion, and again is just a brownie nude. There's a little bit of a theme here, I'm really sorry. I'll show you, that's that one just there. And then we got Premonition, again is a pinky kind of mauvey nude, or just a mauvey colour actually, this one. Yep, so that's that one just there, and you can see these already complement each other, so you could mix and match, you could use them together. The next one I purchased was this one, and this one's called Charade, and this one, oh, okay, so this one in the bottle looks kind of a pinky nude, but actually when you pull it out, it is a pinky, like coral kind of colour, as you can see there, that one. So then the last one in the pinky nude section, if you like, is one called Veil, and I'll show you, that's this one. And again, it is in that pinky nude range, and that's that one there. So, and the last two things that I purchased, I know this has been really long-winded, I bought so much stuff. The last two that I purchased, one is called Attitude and one is called Precaution. Now that should kind of give you a hint that these are not going to be in the nude range. They're really not, look. They are beautiful pinks. So I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and try, you know, other stuff. So this is Attitude. I'll just show you that, and I'm quite tempted to put one of these on for you guys. So that's Attitude, and this one is Precaution, and that's this one right there. I absolutely love Precaution. I'm gonna throw caution to the wind and stick it on. So, wow, that is, oh, that colour's awesome. I mean, clearly with the right makeup this colour would be amazing. The right makeup is not no makeup, but I just want to give a shout out for the formula. It's not streaky, it's not drying, it is amazingly creamy. It does not feel like a £4 lip gloss at all. But as I said before, it seems to stay quite wet and quite smooth for a really long time, but it still gives that matte look. They are an awesome lip gloss. But what I do find is that because they're a matte lip pigment, they are taking quite some time to dry down. But I like that they take quite some time to dry down because it gives you a chance to fix any... Have you ever done that? Like, put your lip matte lip on and you've gone over a line and then you can't get it off because it's dried like that. Well, this is not going to be one of those. So what I would like to say is well done Revolution Pro for a range of absolutely amazing stuff, from the palettes to the highlighters. Every single thing that they have brought out has been awesome. I haven't seen anything. The only thing I think is that maybe these should come with a little pot of primer, or some sort of way, maybe do 4 colours and a primer in the middle. That would be my only suggestion. I'm not sure whether I'm loving this yet. I need to test it out, and I'm thinking that maybe at the weekend I'll do a wear test, because obviously it's such a heavy foundation. I need to see, 1, what it looks like on, 2, how does it wear, and then I can tell you whether I'm loving this or not. But other than that, I'm loving everything. So well done Revolution Pro once again. If you guys have got any looks you want me to try out, because obviously I've got all this new stuff that I want to try, so if you guys have got any looks you want me to try out, please leave a comment down below, and please leave me a big thumbs up because it really helps get my videos out there. And on that note, again, thank you guys as always for watching. Mwah.